Okay, guys, we are back with some more of the Stanley Parable. So I think in this video, I'll just kind of
All of
do...
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm just going to do a bunch of the endings that I don't have done, which is... There are quite a few. I don't entirely remember how to get to them.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I believe there are a bunch down this
This
way that
was
we
not
need
the
to do.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, truly a room with admiring.
Yes, truly a
Wow, I
room
called
worth
it.
admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So I believe we already got this one done. Or both of them for this one. That room's open. Wait a minute. Is that door just open? Or is it that's the meeting room, I think, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, I won't go down that way. We'll come over this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
And what we're going to do is...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
Yeah.
I realize that investing your
Say...
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
Come on, just
all
hurry
this
up, get me over
time.
this platform.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What?
Yep.
Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yeah.
Are
No,
you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
Oh.
Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a
Okay.
chance.
I guess I can't stand on this
Now
side of
listen
the fence.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, so those of you that have played this game or have watched some, videos about this game, you know what happens on this door, through this door. And for that reason, I will not be going down this door due to its ending. So, I'll be going down the blue door and making this guy even more angry.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked
Oh, this is
through
gone.
the red door.
I'm not going through the red door, as you guys know.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley.
Yes.
You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh, I know this
You see?
room.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken
say?
rooms, exposed
Wall,
developer textures.
128,
Is this
128.
what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had
Yes,
written
yes,
out
it was.
specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
2 other doors we could have
Help
gone
me
through.
here,
That's pretty
Stanley.
cool.
Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
I know what this
Vehicles?
pass has.
Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels
Ceiling
leaps
light,
ahead of where we were
64
before.
office space.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Does it change if I go through these doors again? I'm gonna come back to this. And once I go through this door here, I'll come back to this and see if they change up anything. So actually, I think what I can do, is there a way for me to save? Options. Extras. Saves. Enabled, yes, okay. Enabled, yes. Alright, back. Save. Save it right here. Oh! Okay. There we go. Alright, save the game. Now I can come back here in a little bit. And we can figure out if anything changes when we go through these doors.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
Honestly?
Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Yeah.
Feel free to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
looking for some real critical
Yeah,
feedback here.
you know, having more choices would kind of be nice. So I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from?
Aha.
How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly. A
Behind door
calling in
number
your
3.
gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You
I think
can't
that's
teach
where we
that,
came in
Stanley.
from.
Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take
Oh,
a
I know what
look.
this is. Oh, wait. Oh. Ooh, the Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. What's on this thing? First, good old Nelly is all skid. All fun. How are they beating these in like 3 seconds? Damn. There's the blue door. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh man. Actually, I'm gonna quickly make another save here. And so I can come back to this place in case it's different. So let's head back down this door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working
Oh,
on.
I know what this
and now
is.
would be a lovely opportunity to
Yeah,
give
I
it some
remember this
playtesting.
now.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I remember this one. Or at least if this is one I'm thinking of. It might be the one I'm thinking of. Yep,
In
this
this
is it.
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire,
I remember
you
this
fail.
one.
It's a very meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art
Oh, no.
world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay. Dude, that buzzer's so loud. Trigger warning, I guess.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for you.
And just so you guys know, I'm
even
not
going to
doing that
try.
out of my will.
out.
I'm doing that
I'm
because
out.
that's how you
I'm
play
done.
the game.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's
Oh yeah, I know
game?
what we're
Just
doing
to
now.
ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Yeah, we get to play different games, and you're
Yes,
gonna like
This
this.
seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, I don't remember which is first, but whichever one we see now will determine which one was first. But either way, they're very popular games, even now. Yep, here it is.
Well, Stanley, is this
This is
any
old
better?
Minecraft.
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this.
It's pretty
I'm
cool,
done
honestly.
making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Are you
This
building
will
it up?
go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off...
Oh, I can't go in here.
Yes.
Oh, that's sad.
It's complete. I made this, Stanley.
Yes,
Look
guys,
at it.
he's playing Minecraft.
Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Ah, yes, diamonds that
Diamond
bakes everything.
Everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Here we go, in the case.
Oh my, It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Okay. This is interesting that they...
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking
That's
for something
red.
more narrow and linear.
That's very red.
Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one.
I hear zombies
Okay,
also
new
look
game.
iron. Oh man, I was Minecrafting though. Okay, so I know what the next game is, but do you guys know what the next game is? And if you do know what the next game is, please let me know by leaving a like down below.
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out.
Guys.
Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Taking the radio with us, guys. Look at that. Aperture Laboratories. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Picking the radio back up with us. Guys, I'm playing Portal in the Stanley Parable.
No, actually, you know what?
Oh, man.
I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience.
No!
Why, rather than continue to waste
My
my
radio!
time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as
Guys,
for me,
I gotta
I've
jump down
had
there.
enough.
My radio's
So,
down there.
why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it
My
ball up
radio's
inside
down
you
there.
for all it...
Oh! Oh, I'm joining my radio. Where is it? Oh, my radio's gone. I was listening to that. That goes down. I'm not gonna go down there. I don't like this place. It's full of debug textures. Office Space Alternative Word. This is literally the test ground. Yep. Stanley Parable Alpha Test. Wow. There's lots of spots I can fall down through. It's kind of eerie in here. Do I need to fall down? I think it's so. Yeah, I think I just gotta fall down again. Oh, and we're in like a debug version of the building. Guys, we are literally in the back rooms in the Stanley Parable. As if the Stanley Parable wasn't enough of that already. Yo, this is the 2 doors! Oh, this is cool. Guys, we're literally going through history right now. Playing the game, Stanley Parable, inside of a debug room. Wow. I don't know how long I need to be down there though, so down here though, so I don't know. Eventually he'll probably come back. I'll unpause the recording when he comes back, so see you guys in a second, I hope. Guys, look at these low quality textures. It's absolutely crazy. But still nothing has happened other than being in this room now, so I'll pause the recording again and see you guys in a second. And literally no sooner.
Found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh, that's quite the interesting ending. Oh, and I guess that wasn't actually, yeah, that was the actual end of that ending. Okay, then. I think we can do like one more right now, because I was just going through the blue door. So, we can do, oh, this is different. It's putting us right up there against the two doors right off the bat again. That's interesting. Kind of cool that this is like a really adaptive game to how you play. There's an
When
ending I
Stanley
do want
came
to
to
do.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So we will go back on the door on the left. But instead of going to the boss's office up the stairs, we're going to do something different.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Interesting.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, I'm going to sit in this room for a while and see what happens. If any. Well, you know what? No, let's actually get back to work. Yep, right down here. Instead of going
Coming
up,
to a staircase,
we're gonna go
Stanley
down.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep, here we go. Cardboard down there. Anywho, fire hose. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy,
Okay.
why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Yes.
For example,
Like-
why couldn't he see his feet when he
Whoa.
looked down? Why did doors close automatically
Wait a
behind
minute.
him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply
Wait a
repeated?
minute.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer.
Yep,
an
I'm dreaming,
explanation.
guys. That's what's going
His
on.
co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
can get in this
I
car.
suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
Whoa.
the ground.
This is actually kind of
Then he
trippy.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he
Wow.
remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's
12B4.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything
no.
that I'm doing and thinking?
He knows.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself
Yeah, I'm
too.
just dreaming, guys.
Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
Oh.
the press of the mattress on
Okay,
his
yeah,
back,
I'm waking up, guys. This is a dream,
the
right?
fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
Oh?
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
No, you're not. Oh, we're not. We're not okay.
Stanley began
Guys, we're not
screaming.
okay.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Well, that's intense. That it?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and
Okay.
walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And
Oh.
although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She
Oh?
had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well then. It's quite the interesting ending. Alright, well, before we do any more other endings, I want to see if, cancel, hold on, back. Okay, I think I might need to resume from a save, so quick go over here, we'll click load game, and we'll just do this, not this one, but this one. There we go. This one brings us to the 2 doors with the 3rd door, and I want to see what happens. It might maybe feel like it gets mad at us, but let's see. Oh,
Okay, I'm going to stop
it just
you
brings
there.
it there. Okay. What if I come back to the main menu, go to load game, and click on it again, but go through the left door instead? Maybe it might just bring us there anyway. It might just force us to go there, to like prevent us from making the narrator angry. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just click begin a game again, so we can start off in our office. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for this episode of the Stanley Parable. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below and subscribing to the channel if you want to see more of these videos. But that's it. See you guys later.